This summer, I have gotten a little bit antsy. I go into my art studio and I keep thinking, I want to be outside painting. So I decided to just start embracing that. So I've been doing a lot of painting on my front porch or in my yard or just out at local parks. And that's kind of what happened on this day. I really wanted to paint, but I really wasn't feeling painting in the studio. So I grabbed my plein air stuff and I went and sat in my garden. My kids were still sleeping. The house was quiet. The yard was calm. And I was just surrounded by the sounds of birds and just painting. And you know what? It was such a fun painting session. And with me painting an area of my yard that I'm very familiar with, and I'm familiar with how the light changes, it made plein air painting a little bit easier because I knew what to expect with the highlights and the shadows. I knew the way the sun would come up over the house and the way the lighting would change, so I could kind of anticipate that as I was working. Plein air painting with watercolor is really simple and easy to take with you. You can make a really complex setup or a really, really small one that just fits in the palm of your hand. And I think that's why I lean towards grabbing my watercolors. But it's been really fun doing more plein air style work with my soft pastels. And I'm really glad I got this setup. I bought this box off of Etsy, and what it's done is it's a really easy box to take with me. The setup's really easy. I like that it works with a tripod, or I can set it on my lap and work. And I like having a selection of colors in it and ready to go so that I can just grab it when I feel like it and take it with me. Especially now because the state of Utah has gotten really hot with the summer months and it's really, really dry, which makes it a little bit more difficult to paint with watercolor outside. And with soft pastels, if I don't have a setup ready to go, by the time I get it ready to go, it might be too hot to paint outside. So having a box ready to grab and just take with me has been a game changer when it comes to plein air painting outside with my soft pastels. For this painting, I tried really hard to focus on the general shapes of the objects I saw and their relative value, how light or how dark the colors are, and really pay attention to that before I started going in with more precise colors and more refined shapes. I know that seems like common sense, but I still have a tendency to want to go in and start drawing each individual leaf instead of just blocking in the mass shape. So I've been trying to break that habit, and I was actually really proud of myself on this one. I took a few minutes before jumping in on the painting, looked at the general values of those sections, thought about where the light was going to change as the sun went up so I could anticipate that a little bit. And overall, I'm really happy with how this piece turned out.